Have you ever felt like your words just don't land with younger women? You're genuine, experienced, and full of stories, but somehow the connection still falls flat. Here's the truth. It's not about what you say, it's about what she feels when you say it. And most older men, they're using surface-level compliments, outdated charm, or trying too hard to impress. That's not what she wants. She's not looking for a pickup line. She's craving sincerity, emotional depth, someone who sees her, not just her beauty. This video will reveal exactly what younger women wish older men would say, phrases that create safety, spark, and authentic desire. When you speak with clarity, maturity, and presence, you don't just attract her, you stand out. If you're tired of being overlooked or misunderstood, it's time to learn what actually works and why saying less with more heart makes all the difference. When a younger woman talks about something she loves, her art, her work, her cause, most men nod politely or switch the topic to themselves. But you've got a powerful opportunity. Say this: I admire how passionate you are about that. Simple, sincere, and devastatingly effective. Why? Because it tells her you're not just hearing her words, you're feeling her energy. You're not interested in impressing her, you're fascinated by what lights her up. Imagine this. She's excitedly describing her startup or a recent project. Instead of cutting in with advice or a joke, you lean in and say, I admire how passionate you are about this. Watch her face change. She relaxes. She feels seen. Because you've just stepped out of the crowd of men who talk at her and become the man who listens to her. Remember, admiration creates emotional attraction, not because you flatter her, but because you value her drive. And that is irresistible. Want to stand out instantly from the younger guys she's used to? Say this: you don't have to pretend with me. That one sentence disarms her. In a world of filters, performances, and constant pressure to impress, you're telling her she can exhale. Picture this. You're on a date, and she keeps adjusting her posture, worrying about how she looks, or nervously over-explaining her opinions. You sense she's guarding herself. That's your moment. You gently say, you don't have to pretend with me. Her whole body softens, because in that instant, she feels safe, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually. This isn't about being a therapist. It's about offering something rare, emotional sanctuary. You become the man who sees through the mask and likes what's behind it. When you offer that kind of safety, she doesn't just enjoy being around you, she begins to crave it. Safety builds trust, and trust builds intimacy. Speak that truth, and she won't forget it. Tired of mixed signals, ghosting, and all the emotional roller coasters in modern dating? So is she. That's why these 5 words land like thunder. I don't play games. It's not a boast. It's a declaration. Imagine you've been texting for a few days. She mentions how exhausting dating apps are, how people ghost, breadcrumb, or fake interest. You look her in the eye and say, I don't play games. Boom. It hits, not because it's flashy, but because it's clear. You're not here to manipulate, to confuse, or to compete. You're here to connect. When you say it calmly, not as a threat, not as a flex, just truth. You see, younger women are used to chaos. When you show up as steady, honest, and grounded, you immediately rise above the noise. I don't play games tells her you're not chasing validation. You're inviting depth. And believe me, nothing pulls her in like mature certainty. Most men stop at you're beautiful, but you go deeper. Say this: you're more than just beautiful. It shifts the entire dynamic. It tells her, gently, powerfully, that you see her soul, not just her surface. Imagine this. You're out with her, and she's sharing a thoughtful opinion, telling a story that shows her complexity. That's when you say it. You look her in the eye, and with full sincerity say, you're more than just beautiful. Not as a line, as a truth, as a gift. And suddenly everything changes. Because here's the secret. Beauty gets attention, but being understood creates desire. When you acknowledge her mind, her spirit, her unique essence, she feels rare. she feels valued. This one phrase makes you unforgettable because most guys never look beyond her appearance. But you speak to her inner world, and that is where real connection begins. Younger women often feel pressure to decide quickly, to define things, to keep up. But you offer her something rare, space. Say this gently when the moment calls for it. Take your time. Let's say she hesitates to open up or seems unsure about the pace of your connection. Most men rush in, try to persuade or push forward, but you lean back slightly with calm in your voice and say, take your time. That's when she exhales. That's when she starts to trust you, because in that moment, you've told her that you're not trying to win her. You're giving her freedom to choose you. And that distinction, it's magnetic. Offering patience signals confidence. It tells her you don't need to control the outcome because you trust yourself and her. It builds emotional desire. Why? Because pressure creates resistance. But space lets attraction grow. Let her come to you. When she feels safe to move at her own rhythm, she will. Most older men assume they're the ones teaching, leading, guiding. But when you say, I learn from you too, you flip the script and it electrifies her. Because now, you're showing respect, not just interest. Picture this. You're having a deep talk, maybe about culture, a personal story, or even a new perspective she introduced you to. You pause, nod, and say, honestly, I learned from you too. Watch her reaction, the surprise, the appreciation. Because in that moment, she's no longer just a younger woman. She's a valued equal. This one phrase levels the emotional playing field. It makes her feel powerful without having to fight for it. It makes her feel seen, and it tells her you're not stuck in old ideas. You're curious about her, open to growth. That's rare, that's attractive, and that makes her want to lean in closer. Never underestimate the impact of showing her she matters to you. Let's bring this home with one of the most powerful things you can say. I'm not looking to waste your time. It's clean, direct, grounded, and in a world full of flaky behavior, it instantly sets you apart. Imagine this. Things are going well, the chemistry is real, and you're both considering what's next. Before she even has to ask where this is going, you calmly say, I'm not looking to waste your time. That statement does two things at once. It builds trust, and it raises your value. You're not asking for a commitment, you're showing intention. You're telling her, I know what I want, and I see you as someone worth being intentional with. That's rare, especially in her world, where casual, non-committal energy is everywhere. Respect isn't just about opening doors or paying for dinner. It's about respecting her time, her mind, her potential. And when you do that, you become unforgettable. Let's pause and reflect, because if you truly absorb what we've covered, everything changes. You're no longer guessing what to say. You're no longer stuck in the outdated role of trying to impress. Now you're speaking from power, from clarity, from calm, masculine presence. When you say things like, take your time, I admire your passion, or I'm not here to waste your time, you're doing more than just talking. You're leading. You're connecting. Younger women aren't just looking for charm. They're drawn to men who create emotional safety, who listen with presence, who see beyond the surface. That's your edge. That's what makes you different. Judging others yields absolutely no improvement. Mindfulness always takes real awareness. Navigating social changes requires intentional persistence too. But when you choose depth over performance, when you replace ego with emotional truth, you don't just attract her, you inspire her. So remember this, it's not about saying more, it's about saying what matters, with conviction, grace, and heart. If this video resonated with you, if you found clarity in what to say, how to say it, and why it matters, then now's the time to take action. Hit that subscribe button and join a growing group of older men who are done with confusion and ready for real connection. Leave a comment below. What phrase hit hardest for you? Or which one will you try first in your next conversation? There's more waiting for you. Watch what younger women secretly respect most in older men to deepen your understanding. Or dive into 7 mistakes older men make that kill attraction instantly, so you know exactly what to avoid. And if you're ready to go even further, don't miss how to build emotional chemistry with a younger woman. This isn't about playing games. It's about showing up with truth, intention, and quiet confidence. So take the next step and let your words start building the kind of connection you truly deserve. We'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay grounded, stay you.